Hello Crafty friends, it's Diane with Bean Street Paper, and tonight I'm going to do a little tutorial on slimline cards. Slimline cards are all the rage right now, and there's a lot of fancy tools and equipment and dies and all that kind of stuff to make them, but you don't need all that. So if you're just starting out or you're a beginner, you don't need to have any fancy tools. I'm going to give you the skinny. So let's get started. A slimline card is basically a card that fits in a number 10 envelope. Now, having said that, they've come up with several different slimline card sizes, but I prefer this one because your number 10 envelopes, you can go to any office supply store and you can purchase number 10 envelopes. They're just standard business size letter envelopes, and you can get them anywhere. So they're very common. Now, they've come out with a mini slimline card, and they've come out with different size slimline cards now, but this is the one that I like to make because the envelopes are readily available. So the dimensions of this slimline card are 4 by 9 1/4, and that will fit inside your standard business size envelope. So what you want to do, and I've gone ahead and we're gonna make this card. I've gone ahead and pre-cut all my pieces so I don't have to be pulling out big equipment to take up desk space. But let me move this out of the way. You are going to need a piece of cardstock for your base, okay? And you are going to cut that at 8 by 9 1/4. And then on the 8-inch side, you're going to score it at 4. So that gives you your base, okay? Now, what I did for this card, you can go in 1/4 inch increments, and I'll tell you what those are. I did, my first mat was a 1/4 inch smaller, and then I did an 1/8 of an inch because I like the big white border around the outside of this card, but I wanted my inside border to be a little bit different, a little bit smaller. So your first mat is going to be 3 3/4 by 9, and that's the mat you see here. And then my pattern paper, if you're going 1/4 inches, your pattern paper will be 3 1/2 by 8 3/4. Now my pattern paper, because I wanted that smaller border, is 3 5/8 by 8 7/8. So I'm gonna stick these together real quick, and that way, I think I'm gonna run out of tape. It's okay. Any minute. Let me move that out of the way. I'm just gonna mat this guy on my background here, make sure he's in the center and straight. And then I'm gonna mat this guy on the card base. These work up so quick. I'm hoping there's enough tape left in here to, looks like it. Just, oh, well, almost. We almost made it. This is just a spare piece of, okay. Let me put that on my, just want to make sure it's in the middle. Okay, I love this floral paper, and I'm not really a floral person. So that was super cool to find in my stash of paper. I didn't buy anything new to make this card. I used up stuff I already had, which makes me very, 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 very happy. Okay, so next step is my sentiment. And for this, I die cut some white cardstock, the same cardstock that I used for the base, out of this Stitch So Sweetly die set from Stampin' Up. It's retired, but like I said, I am an equal opportunity crafter, so I love all brands equally. I think this paper is the Paper Studio. You know, my cardstock is just white accent opaque digital cardstock. So I just mix and match. No, I don't have any brand that I absolutely have to use all the time. Okay, so on my label, I'm gonna take my archival ink, and the stamp set I used is, again, Stampin' Up. It's called Thanks for the Laughs, and I used this one. How did I get so lucky to have a friend like you? So I am just going to ink this guy up and press him on the middle of my label. Okay, perfect. Now, I used my Scotch tape, my foam tape, to pop this guy up, and then what I did was I paper piece, or cut out, fussy cut, so I could paper piece. Really, I paper pieced these leaves, part of these leaves, to this flower. I just fussy cut them out so I can adorn my my card with them. So I'm gonna take my scissors, cut off a piece of this tape, and I just used a big piece in the middle. And then I just, now I'll use this for the flowers, so that's not going to waste. Use the smaller pieces on the top. Okay. All right. Peel the back off. And I like to add, whoops, I like to add a teeny tiny bit of glue just for extra stickability, I guess. Make sure I got this oriented the right way. And I'm gonna put this guy right in the middle. Now, you can put them in the corner. I mean, you can really do whatever you want. There's so much space. But this is just a super easy slimline design. Now, I'm gonna just kind of play with my flowers to figure out where I want them to go. I guess it could go that way. I really would rather it be down here, but maybe we'll move. And then I'm going to use my tape, cut a few smaller pieces. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to use, I'm just guessing right now. I'm going to use the foam tape on the part that's not on that so that it stands up. Okay, and once I get it the way I like it, I'm going to glue it down so it doesn't, so I don't have to fiddle with it later. Again, I like to add a little bit of glue. perfect. Okay, let's do this guy. He needs to go here. Let's see. Another thing Slimline cards are perfect for is, you know how you get a paper pad, and I'll show you what I mean if I can get my hands on one real quick. I should have pulled one out before. You get a paper pad, and it always has a paper that at the bottom has just a long photo or design across the bottom, and you never know what to do with it. There. And voila, you're all set. So that is a super, super easy Slimline design card. And let me show you what I mean. Perfect. Let's see if I can get my hands on one real quick. Perfect. Let's see. Here's a Thanksgiving paper pad, but let me see. Of course, whichever one I pick won't have what I'm talking about. No. Of course not. Of course not. Oops. Sorry, am I making you guys seasick? I didn't mean to do that. Let's see what we got here. Ugh. I'm so sorry. I knew that was going to happen. I just knew it. Well, here's one that has normally the picture would be all the way across the bottom, and then this would all just be one color. This one just has all four corners done, but you could still use it and then just put like a sentiment in the middle. They're perfect for that. They're so long, they leave a lot of space for you to either put a big sentiment or, you know, design real well. I think what I'm going to do is finish this off, and I almost don't believe I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to finish this off with some Wink Stella on the flowers, or some sequins or rhinestones. But when I was looking before, I don't have that color here at the house. It's at the coffee shop. So I will have to add that tomorrow. I didn't really feel like these, I mean, they match, but I don't feel like they go well. Like, they don't fit the elegance of the card. They're just kind of whimsical. So I'm going to save that till I get to the coffee shop tomorrow. But that right there, my friends, is a very easy Slimline card design. I will put the measurements down below for those of you that don't have the dies and all the tools and things like that. They're super easy to make. When I first made one, I was intimidated by the size. Like I said, my standard size card that I like to make is A2 because it's I can get 2 to a sheet of cardstock, and that's about the right size for me till I get bored of, you know, decorating or designing or embellishing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to check out the 2021 challenge video. We're going to do a challenge in 2021. And hopefully we can use up some of our stash. So be sure to check out that video and join the Facebook group if you want to partake in that. Like I said, I'm super proud of myself. I used paper that was in my stash, my big stash of paper, and nothing new for these cards. So I managed to use up one sheet of paper. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's great. And I actually have cut out, I have enough to make 2 more of these cards. So I'm probably going to do that also. And then I'll have 4. So I'll probably sell these in the coffee shop. They're going to be pretty popular. Friendship cards seem to go really well. I think a lot more people are sending mail nowadays. So anyway, have a great night. Stay crafty, my friends.